2nd of March, and I just wanted to do a quick February catch up and let you guys know what we've been up to for the last month. The last video you saw we were leaving Streathly on Thames, and we left there and headed to London for 3 nights. This was about when I was getting the flu, and so I wasn't very well. That was mainly why we didn't film, but there was not much to film because I was ill and I basically spent 3 days in bed. So the hotel room there was tiny. I could reach my arms out and touch the walls. So pretty much the highlight from that sort of few days was we went to the local pub. It was just around the corner from the hotel, and there was this sweetest little pub cat, little black and white thing. I'll put some footage in of that. I've got a little bit of that. So Brighton, we finally made it. This is the place that we wanted to be. So we arrived on the 3rd of February, and we caught the train here, and it's about an hour and a half on the train. We were carrying all of our big packs and all our luggage, and we were staying at a hotel right by the station, which was really convenient because it meant that we didn't have to drag all our stuff around. And then for the rest of that day, we basically just discovered Brighton. We went down to Churchill Square and the lanes and the Pebble Beach, which was really fun. By the way, the seagulls here are huge. They're like double the size of ones at home, so they're real cheeky too. We were on the beach, and this woman had like a cup of chips, and this seagull came out of nowhere, like dive bombed her and stole her lunch. I was really grateful it wasn't me. In our first cup, we had 3 nights booked at the hotel, and throughout the trip since we've been here, we've been looking for somewhere to stay in Brighton, and we had discovered on their like realestate.com, their like equivalent of that, a hotel room, and it's essentially just a hotel room for long-term lets. So you have the bedroom and a bathroom but no kitchen, which, you know, we weren't super excited about, but we needed somewhere to stay and we didn't want to sign a long lease, so this seemed perfect for us. So when we contacted the agent about this hotel room, the real estate agent, she was really helpful, and there was the problem in that there wasn't actually a room. We couldn't book a long time in advance. We'd actually been looking at this property in Australia at the hotel room, so we knew that it was there, we knew we could get it, but we couldn't book it in advance, so we had to wait until we were actually in Brighton to be able to book it. And when we eventually contacted the agent to try to book in, there was no rooms with an ensuite, so we had to share a bathroom with countless amount of people. So we just happened to say to her, do you have anything else in our price range that is available to us, that we don't want a long lease, we just want something short and sweet. And we weren't really fussy about where we went, we just wanted to be somewhere in Brighton, so we wanted to be in the city. And she did. She had this place that we were in. She said the landlord was really relaxed, and we had a few issues in the fact that we didn't have any employment, so we couldn't prove income other than what we had, and we only wanted a short lease, so we had very limited of what we could actually get. But the agent was really lovely, and she said, we've got this place, it's got 2 roommates, shared bathroom, shared kitchen, but you've got a massive bedroom. And we were like, fine, we'll take it. We paid our deposit and we moved in about 2 days later. So we moved in on the 6th of February. It was a furnished room. A little bit about the room. It's an old ballroom, converted ballroom. So we've got this really lovely fireplace behind me. The room is huge. We've got 2 floor to ceiling windows that go out onto a little balcony. It's only about a foot wide. And it came with a bed and a set of drawers. So the first day, on the 6th, we spent the day furnishing. We went straight down to Western Road and purchased all the bedding. So we bought all the, the basic normal stuff that you need for a bed, and we came across a second-hand furniture place that was closing down. It's called Martlets. And we walked in there and essentially just furnished our place straight out of that. We got 2 armchairs, so we got 1 each. We got this amazing dining table that I love. It's an oval and the 2 sides fold down, so it can be like a side table or fold up, and it's a dining table. The landlord was really lovely to us, and she gave us some dining chairs to put with it, so we didn't have to buy them. I've gone completely blank. Oh yeah, another score that we had with furniture. We'd been here for about 2 weeks, I guess. It was about 2 weeks, and we were just hanging out the front, and this woman stopped by the dumpster. So the garbage system here is really different. So like at home, everyone has their wheelie bins, and you put them out the front once a week and they get emptied. But here it's a shared for the street, like dumpster. So, and we've got one right out the front. And these ladies stopped and were kind of moving something around out the front of it. I was like, oh, I wonder what that is. Went down, had a look, and it was this outdoor setting. It was like those wrought iron, like fancy sort of patterned ones. And they didn't take them, so I was like, score. And off Tristan and I goes charging up the stairs with this free table and chairs. So now we're completely furnished and all settled in. So it was about the 2nd week that we had been here. Tristan and I decided to go out for a coffee one morning, and got up and got dressed and headed to the coffee shop, which is the best coffee that we've had since we've been in England. It's a really great place, and it's just down the road from us, so it's awesome. We'd been in and had a coffee, and on our way out, so we'd crossed the road back heading home, and there's a florist there. We walked past the florist, so I stopped in and picked up some daffodils for £2, which I was so happy about. I was so chuffed. And off we go, walking back down the street, where it's only like a block to the coffee shop, it's not far. Walking down the street, I was holding my daffodils and I fell over. Slipped over on the wet pavement, on the wet concrete, and sprained my ankle. Tristan was a little bit in front of me, so he didn't actually see me do it, but there was this poor woman who was behind me who saw me fall and was like, oh my god, can I help you get up? And I was too embarrassed to let her, and Tristan had realised, so he came back to see what was going on. And I'm on the floor, the cold concrete, it hurt so much. Anyway, finally picked myself up and trundle home, hop home, and that was basically 2 to 3 sort of days hold up. I couldn't go very far because it hurt. And that was another few days that we didn't film. So in the 2nd week that we were here, while I was holed up in bed, we were looking for work, working on our resumes and applying for jobs. Tristan had so many phone calls from agencies, recruitment agencies, wanting to hire him because he's a nurse, and that's obviously valuable. I didn't get any phone calls, none for me. I've since had an interview. That was at the very end of February, so I skipped forward quite a bit. I've had 1 interview already, and that I think went really well. I probably won't know for another week though, and I've got another one next week with another it's a toy testing company, so that sounds really exciting. And that's sort of on the jobs front at the moment. Tristan has pretty much been employed. He doesn't have a start date yet. They just had to do a police check, which will be fine. He already has one, so they had to do that, and he can essentially start within the next 2 weeks, we think. There's no actual date, but we're just assuming. So that's what's been happening on the jobs front. We've done a couple of day trips throughout February, which videos will be coming for those. We did one to Portsmouth, which is about 2 hours on the train. It was a really lovely beachside town. It had a harbour. You'll see all the footage those videos will follow this one. And we did an overnight trip to Dover and went to Dover Castle, which we decided to go there. This was sort of a weird way of deciding to go. We saw a Netflix show. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the English castles. And the first one was Dover, the Dover Castle. It was incredible. We didn't even watch the show all the way through. We just decided to go. It's not that far from here. It's about 2 hours on the train, but it took us about 5 to get there because of Storm Doris, which you'll see all of that in the vlogs. So pretty much what we've been up to for the last month. It's essentially been moving into Brighton, getting to know Brighton. We spent a lot of days just adventuring around the city, kind of getting to know where we are, and setting up our apartment. That took a week or so, and we've started looking for work. So that's been essentially our February. It's been exciting for us, but doesn't make for great video content, so we haven't filmed a lot. But just want to say thank you to everyone for watching. Hope you've liked the videos so far, and I'm sure we'll have some more great videos to come, and we'll keep you up to date with what we're doing. Thanks so much.
Bye.